Angel Lance. I am the founder of the Gulch Environmental Foundation, and we are on Rainmaker Farm, which is one of our flagship projects for the foundation. It used to be a monoculture farm, now it's multiculture. I have a group of people out here today, students, professionals, friends, family. I think we got a 2.5-year-old little boy over there. And we are doing things like planting pollinator crop. I think we're building beehive houses. We've done some natural fence building on a perimeter to keep our neighbors' cattle out. And we're planting sunflowers with a no-till drill. We have a specialist here from the Conservation Society of Oklahoma who's going to go through a soil health test.
I am a soil scientist, geomorphologist, and kind of all-around soil health guy. I started working for the Soil Survey in 1976.
When we first started this, we had no idea anything about farming, about any of the equipment, about the crops that were growing here, or about Oklahoma. And so really there was a very steep learning curve, especially that first year. And now we have a pretty good crop plan and a couple of years for opportunities to try different crops and different methods and different tools. I think probably the most important part is now we have a good community of people here that we're working with that are helping us as well. There's a lot of different definitions of what regenerative farming is, but the overarching idea behind it is that you're farming in a way that is replenishing the soil, not depleting the soil.
In spite of all of our conservation efforts, soils continued to degrade in place, even if we had stopped erosion. But when we saw how fast soil could come back to life with really only simple measures, it was an epiphany for me. And so since then, we've been working in soil health, which is really just a handle for ecological health.
The carbon in our soil is depleted, so there's room to sequester more. That's part of mitigating climate change. That's a big part of why we are doing regenerative agriculture in the first place, and why we're choosing to do the practices that we do.
So it's always an adventure to bring people out to the farm, especially since you bring all kinds of people out to the farm. Some who've been to farms or know about farming, and some who've never ever been out in a farming capacity. I believe that the way you build real teams is by having people physically accomplish something together.
We are in Oklahoma where traditional tilled farms still exist. We are doing no-till regenerative farming practices, which to some may be something new and unique.
I was digging holes and planting honeysuckle to kind of create vines up on the fence and on the trees over on the fence line over there.
My job today was tagging trees for the GIS map. So over in the orchard, we were making sure that all of the different orchard trees there were labeled as they should be and matched what was on the map.
I wasn't sure what to expect other than I wanted to see her team in this setting and the value that that brings about regenerative farming.
So what I know about regenerative farming is it's one piece of a very difficult puzzle that we need to pull together. However, if the majority of our farming practices kind of shift to regenerative farming practices, which have been proven to work, there's more of a monetary initial short-term gain. But it's so important because, as we know, we're doing lots of things to stop putting carbon into the atmosphere.
So it's working for carbon sequestration and to sort of restore this area of land here.
There's a lot of different ways that you can accomplish team building. You can accomplish it through those icebreaker questions at the beginnings of meetings. You can accomplish it through, pizza parties and all of that. But actually doing something where people are traveling together and they're having an experience together. And then people love coming out to the farm. They're putting things in the ground that are going to stay here and grow over generations. And one of the previous farm trips where we put in an orchard, people ask about their trees all the time.
Getting to participate in a project that's really going to do great things for Oklahoma and for the land here, and getting to work hands-on in the field for that. It's been very applicable to what we do as environmental science students.
So I think it's really powerful to come together as any kind of community or group, but then also to come together for the environment
and actually do something with their hands, and I think that's what this is all about.
So that at the end of the day, end of my life, I can look back and say, hey, I did what I could, and there'll be a tree standing here hopefully for another 150 years that I helped plant. So it's just exciting just to be a part of that.
I wanted to scout it out and see if my kids could do this, and they totally could. They would love it.
People from all different genres come together and truly have an experience that they carry with them thereafter.